Hey y'all, Ms. B. Did you miss me? Um, little house cleaning. To be fully transparent, I don't get paid to do YouTube. I do it as a hobby. So when I'm busy with life things and things going on in my life, I don't necessarily have time to do YouTube videos. But that doesn't mean I'm not watching the content or watching other people's content. I'm in the loop, but I just don't have time to sit here and do it. The 73 of y'all who follow me, thank you. Continue to follow me. Like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend so I can get more subscribers. And then this won't just be a hobby. It'll be something that I really enjoy passionately doing and also getting paid for. Okay? Anyway, let's move on to these housewives of Atlanta. I had done a lot of short form content at the beginning of the season, and I was like, rah, 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 K. Michelle, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get to her. But I want to do all the ladies and how I see them right now with watching episode 7 in like a summary. Okay? I'm not going to do scene by scene, just a summary. I'm going to start with Shamea. I think people, I don't know, for some reason the fans are not connecting well with Shamea and her life. Like, I remember last year, everybody seeing like her glamorous life, how she was living off scene, how they was like, well, damn, this is what Portia wanted, only to see, Shamea have a little awkwardness to her personality. That, to me, when I always see people say, oh, Shamea's cringy or Shamea's hard to watch, just because her personality is not giving, oh, I'm going to perform for the cameras, doesn't make her a bad housewife. I think it just make her a different housewife. She's not like everybody else, and she may not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't dislike her. Some of the things that she do, I'd be like, girl, what? Or some of the things she may say, or whatever. But this is the life that Shamea wanted. I don't think she wanted this life thinking that she would not have her best friend. I think she wanted to be on the Housewives. She had been auditioning for years. We know we've seen Shamea in the background for years on the Housewives of Atlanta. But I think she wanted this as also to be with her best friend. And that's no longer there. As far as people comment on Shamea's marriage, do y'all know Gerald? People be commenting on this man like they know him for a fact. They know him, like they could knock on his door and know him, or pull up on him and be like, Gerald, so I told you yesterday. Like, do y'all know? Yes, she wants to give her husband a son, and she also wants to have a career. Baby, constant battle. That is the story of every single woman's life. And they ain't rich like Shamea. That's just like, yeah, I want to have my kids, and I want to make my husband happy, but I also want to have my own things too. Yes, I'm rich and I live in this house that don't even have an address, but I also want to do something for myself too. Like, I didn't come in this world just to be barefoot and pregnant and not have nothing going on. And Shamea is talented. I think people are too tough on Shamea. And to see the social circles that Shamea hang out with in Atlanta, the Candies, the other mall, the Rashidas, the Toya, baby Wayne, baby mama, all of them are like a clique, and the Monicas and all of that. Shamea's in good company. If you look at Atlanta and on Instagram, the Portias, the Phaedra, they ain't with them. There seems to be a hierarchy there in Atlanta between the friend groups, and Shamea's a part of that. So I just think it's not registering well with a lot of viewers. But also, I'm like, y'all don't know this lady. Like, maybe it's not her. Maybe it's not Gerald pressuring her to have a son. Maybe he wants a son, but like, do you think he's like, and I need a son? Then also, he's from Kenya. Like, they want to carry on their lineage as a son. They feel like the boys do. And I also feel like Shamea forming a friendship with Kelly on the show, she probably never would have thought. And I also think that's why Kelly gets so much flack. Speaking of Kelly, that's my next segue. Kelly is being the most transparent person on this show right now currently. Because we know everything that Kelly was going through at this moment with that ugly ass ex-husband that she has. She can't feel with her other kids. He done took all the money. She opened and closed a waffle shop in 1 day or 2 days. Shit, I don't know. I feel like she lost her stylist to her op. Like, I feel like Kelly is giving a lot. And for the fact that Kelly is giving her personal side and also standing 10 toes down on Porsha Williams, the anchor, the star, the end, the be all, the beginning and the end of Atlanta Housewives. When she was in the back in the van, she said, nobody want to scissor that, what she said, Frida pie? And how this last episode ended when she was like, yeah, Porsha done effed everybody, every Nigerian in Atlanta. Baby, Kelly's bringing it. Y'all sleeping on Kelly. But I think it's the link up that with her and Shamia and their friendship. Because they're friends offline. Like, you can follow their socials. Like, they go on trips and stuff. They friends offline. When I say offline, off the show. And I think that's probably why people aren't receptive to Kelly. But Kelly bringing it, baby. They love, how tall Kelly? 4'2". Baby, let me see some short people. I'm short myself. I'm not short as Kelly. We will, like, we don't give a, we would nuck if you buck, like, try us. Fuck around and find out, okay? Don't let this small stature fool you. Like when Porsha popped her big ass up from that table, booty ass and all, and Kelly was sitting there unbothered with that glass of wine. I'm like, yes, Kelly, give it to her. Because Porsha deserves it. And Porsha used to be my favorite. Moving right along. Pinky. Vegan. Slutty vegan. We got some whores in this house. What she say? Nah, girl, ain't her whores in this house. What she be saying? I see some sluts in that building. Bankruptcy. Husband is, it's giving lavender cold foam. If you go to Starbucks. Yeah. Pinky's still not landing well with me. I don't know what it is. I know she's bringing real story too. But like her husband, when they was in Dallas and she was like, you look good. I know. Lavender cold foam. Just like, I humbled, like all of that to me. Pinky's husband, and again, I said this in my short form content. The only reason I know about Pinky's husband, his establishment is not big here in Houston. But the only reason I know about Cole's husband is because I watched a podcast with Kurt Franklin, Tyler Perry, Jeezy, him. I think that was it. And I didn't know who the heck that nigga was until that podcast. And then I'm like, oh, he married to Pinky Cole. But I used to hear about Slutty Vegan. Make sense? But yeah, she's not landing for me. And if this bitch say bankruptcy one more time, I know it's not a thing to laugh at, but I'm like, girl, do it or not. I'm like, at this point, she did it, but she did it without going through a lawyer. I don't know. Pinky is not for Atlanta. As for me, the viewer, she may be good for vegans and non-meat eaters and people from Baltimore that talk like that. And nothing against people in Baltimore, but she's not landing for me. And then her husband is, I know. Bitch, to me, you know. How, look how. Anyway, moving on to next. Angela has become the queen of the shade assassins. But the thing of it is, all these helpers are shading each other in confessionals. But no, Angela does it in person too. She's become the bone collector, the shade assassin. Baby, she don't have to lean on, I am Charles Oakley's wife. I am Charles Oakley's wife. Angela made herself a name for herself. But also, Angela has also, you can see, choosing a side, which I don't like. Like, Angela be neutral. Like, for example, what you're going to get to later on, when Kelly throws that shade at Porsha saying, oh, she's effed every Nigerian in Atlanta. In Angela's confessional, she said, is Kelly surprised? Is Kelly, like, anybody surprised? She's constantly throwing, like, Porsha will F your husband. Beware. I mean, she literally said last season, Angela better leave me alone because I fuck Charles. Okay? That's in the back of Angela's head, but Angela don't move like that on camera. Everybody want to talk about how K. Michelle move on camera. Everybody talk about this person move on camera. Angela been bringing the reads, but also a little harder in in the confessionals. Let's move on to Porsha. Porsha used to be my favorite housewife. I used to, really, really, really rock hard. If you go to my videos of last season, I just love Porsha. Porsha is giving the same dry, tired ass situations. And honestly, this thing with Kelly and his pastor is giving me and her and some scheme that her and Phaedra. And I know people go like, oh, and the scheme to Phaedra and her. But it's giving the same type of energy. It's giving the same type of vibe. It's giving the same type of, girl, what else you got going on? Now you filming in your house, we seeing snakes. I don't care. That's cute for you to do for Pilar. Snakes and lizards, lions, tigers, and bears. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears. In Simon's house, but I don't want to see that on the TV. You going out with the dude from Country Wayne Child. I don't know who he is, whatever. That's not my genre of things to watch. And then the lesbian girl, Sway, which seems like the one she picked. What else are you bringing, Porsha? It's the same. You're dating. Porsha, you've been dating. Bitch, you came on the show married, divorced. Dated, had a baby. Had engagement, called it off. Dated, got married, divorced. What's next for Porsha Williams? What's next? Nice body. Her and Shamia both body sick. Teeth. Boom. Bow. I ain't gonna hold you. But other than walking every scene, popping your ass out, you're gonna wear some ass, yeah, a back, yeah. And ignoring Shamia. That's another thing. I cannot stand being in a room with somebody that I don't get along with, and I know this is their job. And we're not addressing the elephant in the room. I'm sure at some point they're gonna get to the Porsha and Shamia at all, but this episode they haven't. And I feel like watching Shamia and Porsha go around each other and talk around each other, and Shamia shut down when it's time for Porsha to pipe up, reminds me of my family and family situations. I had to turn on my candy voice because it annoys me and I cannot stand it. But if you got a problem with me, say what's the problem so we can address this shit, get over with, and we'll move on and take some shots. Boom. But them ignoring each other. Clearly we see y'all in the same goddamn show. Y'all both each other. Talk about it. Anyway, I said all that to say Porsha ain't bringing nothing either. But I will say K. Michelle's delusions with Porsha, and I don't know. We could be wrong. We don't know. K. Michelle keeps saying, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. But not saying it, it's not landing. I'm going on to Phaedra. If I had a soundboard, crickets would insert. She does, she made me want to learn more about Reiki. I was like, that seems soothing and relaxing for stress. I think I want to learn about that. Other than that, I'm like, this is another one trick pony that Phaedra does. She's a lawyer. She embalms bodies. What else she was? She did the booty videos, booty whatever. What else? Like Phaedra got a job. Like she like Tommy. Well, Tommy didn't have no job, but like if Tommy had jobs, right? I'm just tired of it. Phaedra's house is beautiful. It's good to see Aiden. Oh my God. When I see Aiden, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm over. Like, I'm old. Because that boy was born on TV. But yeah, I'm like, and this whole pastor thing that Porsha know and Phaedra know, it's reminding me of what we've been through before. What we've seen on Real Housewives of Atlanta before. Drew, beautiful gowns. I don't care about the man in your phone. Girl, first we go from the man in the basement to the man on the phone. Now we'll give Drew some credit. K. Michelle, when you was talking about Drew's resume, Drew literally played herself on the game. And that was before you became popping. Like, when did the game come out? Like, it's on Netflix now. She literally played herself as Doran, the main character's love interest, who he, like, one of the biggest scenes when he cheated on Tia Mowry, aka Melody. What was her name? Melody on the game. Drew got some on her resume, K Michelle, okay? So let's not do too much on Drew, even though Drew gets on my nerves. But Drew, you went from the basement to the man that's always on your FaceTime. But baby, you need to worry about them kids, okay? Let's worry about getting them kids to school on time. You say you got time blindness. I ain't never heard that shit day in my life. But if you got time blindness, girl, go to the doctor, get some medication for that, and take your kids to school on time. So that Ralph that lives in the basement in your house will not have your children. Girl, I cannot imagine like losing my kids over some dumb ass shit, like not taking them to school on time and them having absences. Anyway, moving right along, K Michelle, you are disappointing the hell out of me. This is the creme de la creme of my video. K Michelle has some PTSD from them girls in Atlanta. What the y'all did to her in Atlanta? Because okay, even if this story is true, girl, how you're, even when you was on Watch What Happened Live, I was still trying to say, okay, she's saying this and she tweets because she goes home and thinks about, I'm somebody that goes home and thinks about something I gotta say too instead of crashing out. That's like I try to be a reversion of myself, not just say the stuff that come out my brain, hurt feelings, you can't take them back, words, you can't take them back. But girl, like, you on a show for this. And you ain't gotta be like, hey, Michelle, shaking the table, you know, Rashida got backs, her husband's girl. You ain't gotta do all of that, but girl, be real. Be real. Like, all of these women are saying real shit. Like, they got bankruptcy, fertility issues, ex-husband that can't film with the kids. You're like, they're saying real shit, and you are constantly like, what, girl, what is going on with K Michelle? Cause somebody help me. Because K Michelle, you don't seem well, babe. You don't seem well mentally. And maybe later on in the season, we're gonna be like, y'all, everybody was shitting on K Michelle, and look, Kimberly came back. I did cackle when she was yada la hoo to Drew, and I did cackle when she was like, Drew don't got a race, but I was like, girl, like Drew been out here in these streets. I knew who Drew Sidora was before she came in Atlanta Housewives. So but K Michelle, girl, are you okay? Like, girl, we need to hug you. Like, can't read something, girl, I don't know. And your husband hair gives me pause. Yeah. K Michelle, you're not okay. And all this press run that you're doing with all that drink, like, you went to Shay Shay. Like, the places you picked to do press was like, why is K Michelle on Club Shay Shay? Why is K Michelle on Jason? Like, it was like, what? Like, K Michelle, you're here. Like, why are you on these low? I'm not saying all these people were low budget. I'm just saying because shit, I only got 73 subscribers, but this ain't my main job. But anyway, I'm just so concerned about her mental state and the fact that she's back in Atlanta. They did trigger something in her. She's also a Pisces. Them Pisces, girl, are crazy. Wink, wink. A person that I'm very close with that's a Pisces. And you watch this, your fucking ass is crazy. Anyway, and that's not really I have. Oh, and Cynthia's the best friend of that I've ever seen. That's Dallas Trip, all of that stuff that she deal with. I hope Cynthia getting what her things. Cynthia is the best friend of on any franchise I've ever seen. But Cynthia is a vet and older, and she's a vet, and she come up in the school of Nene and them. Okay, Nene, Kenya and them. She know how to handle this. Anyway, that's my recap of 1 through 7. Just the ladies, what I surmised thus far of the episodes. Can't guarantee I'm gonna come on here every week and be like, and this episode was da-da-da. I may do short form, I may not. I have shit to do. I have a job. I have an actual job. And YouTube ain't paying me to do this. I'm doing this as a hobby. So I had time today. I got time today. And I want people to like, comment, subscribe. Leave me notes. Tell me what you think. Your thoughts about the show. Your thoughts about K Michelle. Your thoughts about Portia. Everybody. Give me your thoughts. And who you think this pastor is that Portia keep alluding to that Kelly had sex with at the BT Award weekend? Girl, at this point, if you ain't gonna say the shit, just stop talking about it, okay? Because now they got people going through Phaedra's whole followers. Every Phaedra follows, which is a big thing. They're in Atlanta. There's a lot of pastors, and Phaedra's like a black attorney like very well known for a very long time. I remember she represented Bobby Brown and everybody always talk about, like, she follows a lot of people. Like, people are going like, could it be this pastor? Could it be this pastor? The people say allegedly it's Jamal Bryant, but Pastor Holy Whore, according to Monique from Potomac. Remember? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the season so far. I will say it's more entertaining. I honestly enjoy watching it versus having to watch it, pause, write notes, and just come back later, y'all, and give y'all a summary. Anyway, bye.